For decades, industrial farming has pushed chemical fertilizers, while one of the richest natural soil builders has been banned or heavily restricted in many regions. Yet, home gardeners quietly continue to use it because it delivers what synthetic fertilizers never can: deep, black, humus-rich soil teeming with life. The fertilizer in question is animal manure, specifically raw or uncomposted manure. Commercial agriculture often restricts its use because of health regulations, transport issues, and the risks of pathogens if handled improperly. But in backyard plots, when used carefully, manure transforms lifeless dirt into fertile, moisture-holding soil at a fraction of the cost of bagged fertilizers. Gardeners have sworn by it for centuries, and for those who know how to apply it safely, it remains one of the most powerful tools for soil revival. Manure is rich in nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and trace minerals, but it comes with risks. Fresh manure can carry pathogens like E. coli or salmonella, which make regulators wary of its use on crops meant for human consumption. On industrial farms where food is harvested, packaged, and shipped immediately, the risk of contamination is too high. This led to strict rules requiring long waiting periods between manure application and harvest, or outright bans in some systems. Large operations also find manure management costly because it requires transport, storage, and proper treatment before it can be safely spread. Gardeners, however, are not bound by these industrial concerns. With control over small plots, they can time applications properly, compost or age manure, and work it into soil where the natural microbial life quickly processes and neutralizes risks. What the farming industry treats as a liability, the home grower can harness as an asset. Not all manure is equal, and choosing the right type makes all the difference. Cow manure is one of the safest and most common, with a balanced nutrient profile that improves soil texture and boosts organic matter. Chicken manure, on the other hand, is far richer in nitrogen and phosphorus but also hotter, meaning it can burn plants if applied fresh. Goat and sheep manure are drier, easier to handle, and often less odorous, while rabbit manure stands out as unique because it can be applied directly to soil without composting due to its mildness. Horse manure is also widely used but should be aged because it often carries weed seeds. For a gardener building black humus-rich soil, mixing these manures can provide a more balanced nutrient profile. A simple ratio is 1 part high nitrogen manure such as chicken to 3 parts milder manure like cow or goat, blended and aged for at least 3 months. This creates a material that feeds soil steadily without overwhelming crops. Fresh manure should never be spread directly on growing beds intended for immediate planting. The high nitrogen content can scorch roots, and the pathogens may not yet be neutralized. The safest method is to compost it first. Piling manure with straw, leaves, or shredded paper at a 2-to-1 ratio of browns to manure creates a balanced compost that heats up naturally, killing pathogens while stabilizing nutrients. Within 3 to 4 months, the pile breaks down into dark, crumbly compost ready to spread. For those who want to apply manure directly, the trenching method is effective. Dig a trench 8 to 10 inches deep, lay a 2-inch layer of manure at the bottom, then cover it with 6 inches of soil. By the time roots reach the manure, microbial life has broken it down into safe, plant-ready nutrients. This method not only fertilizes but also builds deep soil structure. What makes manure so valuable isn't just the nutrients but its effect on soil biology. Fresh organic material feeds bacteria, fungi, and actinomycetes that release sticky compounds, binding soil particles into stable crumbs. This crumbly structure holds water like a sponge while allowing excess to drain, creating the perfect root environment. Over time, repeated manure additions darken soil into a rich black, the hallmark of high organic matter. A practical example is applying 1 wheelbarrow of composted cow manure per 10 square feet of garden bed in spring, worked into the top 6 inches of soil. Within a season, gardeners often report earthworm populations doubling, crop roots digging deeper, and fewer problems with crusting or compaction. This is something synthetic fertilizers can never replicate, as they feed plants directly but starve the soil of life. Bagged fertilizers may offer convenience and fast green growth, but they fail to build long-term soil health. Crops grown only on synthetics often suffer from weaker root systems, increased pest pressure, and declining soil fertility over time. Manure, by contrast, feeds both the crop and the soil. Gardeners see the results in crops that taste richer, resist disease, and require less irrigation. Consider tomatoes grown in manure-enriched soil. The deeper root zone holds water through dry spells, the plants produce thicker stems, and the fruits carry a stronger flavor. These are benefits rooted in the unseen life of the soil, not in the numbers on a fertilizer bag. The fertilizer banned from modern farming still has a place in gardens because it builds what no factory-made input can: black living soil that sustains itself. When handled responsibly, animal manure remains one of the cheapest, most effective, and most time-tested tools for gardeners serious about soil health. Whether composted, buried in trenches, or carefully blended with carbon-rich material, it turns lifeless dirt into fertile earth. For those who want to break free from costly synthetic fertilizers and build gardens that thrive year after year, manure is not outdated, it's essential. If you found this guide useful and want more soil-building secrets that actually work, subscribe to Hydrohaven and share this with fellow gardeners. Healthy soil is the foundation of every garden, and with the right knowledge, you can create it naturally and sustainably.